In the heart of rural Germany, a lonely farm stood silent beneath a sheet of snow, isolated, forgotten, and waiting. Smoke rose from its chimney, but inside something felt wrong. Too still, too quiet for a home once filled with life. Footprints wound through the snow, half vanished in the cold, a trail leading nowhere and everywhere at once. Above it all, fog rolled from the forest like a veil, concealing a secret that had waited to be found. Andreas Gruber and his family lived simply, working the fields and caring for their animals in quiet routine. Neighbors saw them rarely, their farm standing a day's walk from the nearest village. Yet behind the closed doors lay unspoken tension, old secrets and whispers of family discord. At night, strange noises crept from the attic, as if someone walked above while the family slept. Footsteps echoed outside in the darkness, measured, slow, and deliberate. Each morning, tools were moved, locks disturbed, doors found ajar again. Animals grew restless, dogs barking toward the forest as if seeing someone watching. Andreas searched everywhere, the barn, the attic, the fields, but the intruder was already inside. Snow fell quietly as the wind howled. Inside, the Grubers settled for sleep, never to wake again. A thud echoed from the barn. One by one, they stepped into the dark and were gone. Inside the house, the silence turned savage. A shadow moved where no one should be. By dawn, 6 lives had ended. The farm stood still as snow began to bury the truth. The next day, the chimney was cold, no sign of life within. Neighbors grew uneasy at the sight of untouched snow. When they entered the barn, they found Andreas and his family lifeless beneath hay and blood-stained wood. The house was eerily tidy, as if someone had lived there after the killings, eating, feeding animals, keeping warm. Uniformed officers arrived hours later, their boots crunching through frozen paths. Inside, they documented the bodies, faces covered in a stillness beyond comprehension. An officer looked up. The attic door hung slightly open as if someone had just been there. Snow outside revealed only one set of footprints, leading in, none leading out.
Anything?
Nothing yet. Looks clear.
The killer had entered days before, watched and waited among them. Police found food missing, a lantern recently used, and beds that had been slept in.
Did you hear what happened to the old miller?
It became clear, and the murderer had lived in the farmhouse for days after the crime.
This small one, I saw it near the old well.
He ate their food, milked their cows, and stayed in their beds.
And this is what worries me.
Yet no one ever saw him arrive or leave. Police questioned villagers suspecting drifters and former workers. Stories emerged of voices in the forest and a man seen at night near the farm. But every lead ended in silence, as if the killer was part of the village itself. In the attic, officers found a bed of straw, half-eaten food, and a small lantern still smelling of oil. Someone had been watching the family from above, listening to every word before the attack. The realization chilled them. The house had never been empty. Police named neighbors and lovers as suspects, each with motive, none with proof. Rumors spread of incest, revenge, and madness, every story darker than the last.
We should check it
Yet
out.
no evidence ever tied anyone to the crime.
I think the entry point was...
Years passed, but the farm remained empty, a monument to fear and mystery.
From the main door.
Villagers avoided the path after dark, swearing they heard footsteps inside. The wind through the attic still sounded like a breath, alive. Decades later, forensic experts re-examined the case using modern science.
How? He's like a ghost.
DNA tests were inconclusive. No match, no suspect, only dust and memory. The truth remained buried beneath snow and time. Today, the farm is gone, demolished, its land returned to earth. But those who visit at night swear they hear footsteps in the frozen soil. The Hinterkaifeck murders remain unsolved, a ghost story born from reality.